Bloodrock was an American hard rock band, based in Fort Worth, Texas, that had considerable success in the 1970s, and was one of the earliest of a number of significant bands to emerge from the Fort Worth club and music scene during the early to mid-1970s. Early career: Bloodrock initially formed in Fort Worth in 1963, under the name The Naturals. This first lineup featured Jim Rutledge drums vocals, Nick Taylor guitar vocals, Ed Grundy bass vocals, and Dean Parks guitar. They released their first single in 1965 Oe Hey Girl BWA Oe I Want Yawa Rebel MME 1003. Shortly thereafter they changed their name to Crowd Plus One and released 3 more singles. Oe Mary Ann Regrets BW Watch a Try and Unregistered Trademark To Do To Me, BOX 6604, Donia Unregistered Trademark T Hold Back BW Try, and Circles BWA Oe Most Peculiar Things in 1967 Parks left Crowd Plus One to become the musical director for the Sonny and Cher show. He was replaced by Lee Pickens guitar. It was also at this time that Stevie Hill keyboards vocals joined the group. They continued as Crowd Plus One until 1969 when they changed their name to Bloodrock, conceived by Grand Funk Railroad manager-producer Terry Knight. They also recorded their first album, the Terry Knight-produced, Bloodrock. The album, released in March 1970, peaked at 160 on the Billboard 200 chart. In 1970 Rutledge moved from behind the drum set to take on lead vocal duties exclusively. Rick Cobb took over the percussive duties and added his voice to the group as well. This lineup recorded their next 4 albums, Bloodrock 2, Bloodrock 3, Bloodrock USA, and Bloodrock Live. Bloodrock 2 and EOA. Bloodrock 2 was their most successful album, peaking at number 21 on the Billboard Pop Album chart in 1971, mostly on the strength of their single DOA, which reached number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart on March 6, 1971. DOA also gave the band considerable regional exposure throughout the Southwest and West, particularly in Texas and Southern California. DOA was probably the band's most well-known and well-remembered single. The motivation for writing this song was explained in 2005 by guitarist Lee Pickens. Oe When I was 17, I wanted to be an airline pilot, Pickens said. Oe I had just gotten out of this airplane with a friend of mine, at this little airport, and I watched him take off. He went about 200 feet in the air, rolled and crashed. The band decided to write a song around the incident and include it on their second album. Further career: in 1972 Lee Pickens left to form the Lee Pickens Group and released the album LPG in 1973 on Capitol Records. Jim Rutledge retired from active music altogether, however in 1976 he also released a solo album on Capitol Records entitled, Hooray for Good Times. Rutledge was replaced by Warren Ham in early 1972. The subsequent album, Passages, was the last time Bloodrock visited the charts. It peaked at number 104 on the Billboard 200 in 1972. 1973 brought another personnel change. Rick Cobb vacated the drums to be replaced by Randy Reeder. This lineup recorded one album, Whirlwind Tongues. The end of the road for Bloodrock came in 1975. Randy Reeder left the group and an album, Unspoken Words, remained unreleased until 2000, where it was included as part of the CD release triptych. Unspoken Words featured Bill Ham and Matt Betton. 2005 Reunion Concert. A reunion concert featuring 5 of the 6 original members was held on March 12, 2005 in Fort Worth, for the benefit of their keyboardist Stevie Hill. The reunion concert was filmed. Discography Studio albums Live albums Compilations Singles References External links: Bloodrock at AllMusic, ClassicEbs.com